All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pro NoCoders Office Hours, episode 272. I'm your host, Cameron, and I'm here with members Michael and Suchitra with Eli and Tanya today. Before we get started, if this is your first time tuning in, we do this 6 times per week where we invite our members onto Zoom and they ask us bubble questions. We can't promise answers, but we do promise you won't suffer alone. And we get it right most of the time. So let's go ahead and get started. Michael, you were with us here today. I know you have a question for us. What are we helping you with?
Absolutely. So I managed to break the login for my Bubble app. It's not recognizing the user's email. When a user's logged in, I've verified it with a couple of emails, and I try to do some basic troubleshooting myself to no avail. And that's why I'm here. So what would be the best way to proceed? Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen. Stop sharing for us.
Quick question before you do. Do we need to stop recording for any sensitive information that might show up on your screen for this?
I think, let me think. No, we should be okay. I can use my login information.
Okay, cool.
It should be fine. Thanks for asking though.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So I've got a magic link that sends from user login. What's supposed to be happening is it's supposed to be sending that magic link, and it's not, and instead it's saying email is not found. So if I go into the workflow for this, when that blue button we just saw is clicked, it's supposed to be doing a search for the users. And I've never seen this error before. So, and I haven't changed any of this flow.
Did you add any privacy rules recently on the user?
You know what I did? That might be what it is.
That is probably what it is.
Yep. Because that's the only thing that's changed. So I'm trying to remember what's the easiest way to get back to those.
Go to the data.
And then privacy right next to app data, the tab that you're currently on. Yeah. And we're looking for user, if I had to guess. All the way on the bottom, I think, of your list there. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So right now, the privacy rule is saying, when a user's logged in, they can see all the fields and they can auto bind on first name and last name and subscription tier. Everybody else, though, if they're not logged in, they can't view the fields. They can't be found in searches. Nothing of the sort. And so this is obviously when we're clicking login. This is when a user is not logged in, right?
Right. Correct.
Okay, and I imagine we're doing a constraint where we're finding the users by the current user's email or something of the sort, right?
Yeah, correct. When they put in that email within the input box there.
Okay. Well, I would go ahead and click the Find This in Searches box is where I'd start. And this would be for everybody else default permissions, or you could create a new rule where it's if user is not logged in.
Okay. So uncheck this one?
No, you could still absolutely keep that one. Yeah, there's no real need to modify anything for where the user is currently logged in. If that works the way that we want it to, we're just focusing really on if a user is not logged in at the moment.
Gotcha. So everyone else find this in searches?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Can I preview or do I need to deploy it to test it?
Yeah, you should be able to preview it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Quick question, Michael. Why are you searching the users? Because Bubble should handle, you should be able to have that locked down. If you're just sending the magic link, you can put the email in and Bubble will find it outside of the privacy rules.
That's a great question.
So you could keep those same privacy rules if you don't actually need to search for a user.
Yeah. That's a great question. Wow. There we go. I don't know the answer to that, Eli. That's a great question. I can go back to the workflow.
It looks like a custom error message is why.
Yeah.
Well, we're searching the user to ensure that the user doesn't already exist, right? Like that's the reason that we're searching for him. Or is that not?
Yeah. So we're searching to see if that user does exist, and if not, then show that trigger the email not found message.
So I would say a more secure way of handling this would be to leave it ambiguous and just tell them if you already, like, if that email is associated with an account, you will receive an email to log in.
Got it.
If not,
okay.
sign up.
Okay. So awesome. Okay. So what I just heard was, instead of like doing a search for the user's count and showing that message, we're saying to tell them to try an email, try a different email or some other type of message. Okay.
Like, you wouldn't want to tell them, I mean, because if you tell them that that email is not there, and then you tell them that you did send an email to that email, you're kind of giving away whether or not that email has an account. And if it's somebody who's trying to hack in, you don't want to tell them that.
Right. Okay. Just trying to know.
It's similar to the idea or the concept of like when you're doing a password recovery on most applications or websites, it'll say, if this email exists, then we'll send you that password recovery.
Yep.
Yeah, just like Tanya said, ambiguous to keep it a little bit more secure.
Yep. Okay.
I see the vision though. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. No, and I think you guys are 100% right. And I really appreciate the recommendation there. So if I can just real quick, I will stop screen share just to verify.
Get that pretty splash screen back up.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Yep, I received it. Cool. Just taking a moment to. I'll try the real thing because I deployed it real quick. Use one line just to verify. Okay, so it is. There we go. So it is does that one question I have is, does that it's not logging the user in, because I would basically have it forwarded to the introduction page. Let's see here. I can share again. So what happens is once I go to my email, I click the magic link, and then it's supposed to log the user into the introduction page. And you can see here it's spinning. So
Do you go to that introduction page? Can we look at it?
It's right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about why it's not logging the user in. That's like a built-in bubble thing, right? You're just using send magic link, right?
Right. Let me go back to the introduction page. No, it's the start page.
you don't mind for just a second, when the user clicks on the login link, so I think this is the block that we're actually wanting to look at. So when the button login link is clicked, what's step one? This is where we send them that email, right?
Correct.
Can you click
And
on that? Just on step one.
step one, over here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's the custom event. Okay, then two, then so it's a backend workflow is where we send that email off.
Yes. I believe it's
I think it was send Mike.
send Michael. Assign a temp password. Assign Mike.
Well, based on what I had seen, I think the workflow we want to look at is the one at the very bottom. API workflow send -Mike.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thanks. Sorry,
Yeah, no
that's
worries.
it.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're assigning a new temporary password.
Right.
Go ahead and click on those steps for me if you don't mind. Let's start with step one. Cool. That's just the information we're passing in.
Right.
Okay. And then step three. That's a new magic. Okay. Then step four. Okay. And so when they click that link, they're sent to what's that page? And then we're using URL parameters to look at the actual the user, right? So we're sending that magic token. And so then on that page though, which was the start page, we do have a conditional that says if magic link is not empty, right?
Right.
Okay, let's go back to that real quick. So I think it would be do when get magic from page URL is not empty, right? That's the one that we're looking at.
Yep. Log in the user.
I just want to make sure that the URL parameter is set up correctly. Can we click on that main blocker, the main action, when get magic from page URL is not empty, and then go to the conditional there, and then click on get magic from page URL. Yep. Okay. Now I don't know. Should that be case sensitive? Is it a capital M that you're sending through?
I haven't changed it.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You did say this was working, right?
Right.
And then now it's not.
Right.
I wonder if it's still privacy rule.
Could be for that page, maybe. Is it possible to have it?
Well, just across the board in general.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Yeah, let's look at our privacy rules real quick. And so we're assuming here that the user, well, we know that the user is still not logged in. We do log them in on the workflow.
Right.
Right.
Allow auto binding for.
So with magic link though, like if you're sending the magic link from the from Bubble, like using Bubble's native magic link thing, it should log the user in when they click the link. You don't have to log them in when they arrive on the page.
Agreed.
I wonder if it's the redundancy that may be throwing it for a loop. In this case, what I would do is I would try this with a perhaps a breakflow or a breakpoint. I'm sorry, in the workflow. Do a step by step to see exactly what's happening, what Bubble's crunching behind the scenes.
Okay. How'd you like me to do that?
So just basically start from the beginning. Well, before we do that though, what we're going to want to do is this page that we're sending into on the start page, we're going to want to put a breakpoint on your workflow where we're doing that logic, the do when magic isn't empty.
Got it. Okay.
So to do that, let's go to your workflow. Yep. And then you see where it says on the properties panel, add a breakpoint in debug mode. It's right under that blue text where we put the conditional.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Perfect. Yep. And so, yep, now you're just going to follow the process of signing in, getting redirected to that page, and then automatically the debug will pop open. And you may need to, I would do this in preview mode and make sure that in the URL you have the debug mode equals true.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. Cool.
Debug equals true.
So you'll want to go ahead and click on that email sent to you, so it redirects you to the bubble page. If you want to stop sharing, no worries.
Who's coming through? Link. Okay, just resharing.
It doesn't look like the debug mode equals true is active for the URL that we're sending the user to in the email, and that's probably why it's. What I would do though is just add question debug mode equals true, and this may be debug underscore mode equals true.
Underscore. Did I have that right?
Yep, mode equals, and then that's it.
Thank you.
And it may need to actually be, and press enter to refresh it.
Okay.
That's going to need to be an and, not a question.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about actually. Yep. The second, there we go. Yep.
Ampersand or?
Yep, that's it exactly. Yep. Okay, cool. So it's saying that we're getting the magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, click on that blue text, get magic from page URL is not empty.
This one?
Yeah, just seeing if it's actually capturing it. And then click on get magic from page URL. Are we able to isolate that to see if it's actually capturing it? Yeah.
Oasis, which is what we want, right?
Well, we're looking for magic.
Oh. Magic grammar name underscore.
Yeah, magic is interesting. Okay, and then run next. So we're just logging this user in.
Run next. Right here. Yeah.
So the email is empty, and then the password is the password, right?
Right.
So I wonder if, of course, you have the option to add the email, but also like what Tanya and Eli said, adding the log the user in it should be automatic.
Right.
With that special magic link.
Mm-hmm. That's go to run next. Schedule API workflow, delete Michael. Could that be?
I don't know what delete Michael is. I don't think that's don't think that's getting rid of the user credentials or disrupting anything itself necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
What I would do is I'd set up a test page just to have a text on the page that it has a conditional setup that shows if the user is logged in. And in my email, I would just send a user there. Instead of having them go through all this logic, I would just have it just go to that page and see, does that text show up when we send the user to that page after they click the email? As in, is that user automatically signed in the way that we want it to? Because then we could change around the way that this is structured and just say, if the user is logged in, then send them the page introduction.
Right.
So I would just test it with a second page or even this page even. It depends on how you want to proceed. But I would set up like a sandbox page to test out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think would be the best way to do that?
You could just create like a blank page.
Okay.
Throw some text on it and then have the conditional set to where that text only displays when the user is logged in.
Page. Should I clone it from anything or just start from scratch?
Start from scratch, just a blank page, and then just draw a text element on there. And this is just good for troubleshooting in general, like having a sandbox page. Tanya loves having one. I use one as well.
Yeah, thank you for teaching me.
I have sandbox apps. I can do everything in sandbox.
Very true.
30 pages in the app, and only one of them is used.
That sounds right. So take that text though, that 1, 2, 3, 4 we just wrote, and then now we want to make it to where it doesn't display on page load.
Okay.
So that checkbox, we'll go to appearance, and then halfway down, this element is visible on page load. Deselect that, and then conditional. Go to your conditional tab now, and I will say when current user is logged in. And then select a property to change when true, and that's going to be visible. Oh, no, you're good. Just like that. It's that selected property to change drop down. Perfect. Yeah. And then this element is visible. Okay, perfect. Now, if we're not logged in and we preview this page, that text should not be visible, right? Let's go ahead and test that out real quick, because we may also need to make a logout button of sorts, right? So we can actually test from scratch. Okay, so cool. Now we know that no one's logged in. And then the next thing that we need to do is when the user clicks on that sign up page or sign in page, that magic link, we should be sending them to this page, to the sandbox page.
Okay.
With no logic with no logic or anything of the sort, just to see if we do send them to a page, do they log in automatically?
So do we need to go to that backend workflow and change where we send them?
Yep, I believe so. That's where we have it.
Send email, and then it was.
Well, I think it's step 4, right? That's where we actually send the link.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yep.
So we have the website home URL start, and we named that page sandbox, right? Or sandbox hyphen page, one of the two.
Yeah,
where you create the magic link, you should be able to set a new page. So on step 2.
This one right here. Sign in temporary. Is that
you're not actually using the built-in bubble magic link.
Did you know there's a built-in functionality?
No. It's been a while since.
Click at the end of your workflow there. Click to add an action.
Okay.
And go to account, and then in the account section, send magic login link. So that's how you can send a link out, and when the person clicks the link, they're automatically logged into the page that you send them when it says navigate on login.
Got it. So
I think we discovered the source.
Yeah. So there's something wrong with this step. So instead of this, create a new magic, I'd want to use this to send it.
This makes a lot more sense. Now I see what you're doing. Okay, so you were creating, the temporary password would be like, you're basically creating a phantom user until when that user logs in, then.
Right.
Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. So in truth, I mean, you could probably honestly get rid of a lot of what you had created there to where now when the person clicks that link, we can still use the workflow. Sure, if you want to send people to or send it on a workflow, that's totally fine. But step 6 now, this is where you would enter that information in.
Okay.
So like if we in this workflow, we'd be passing in the email of the user perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. This just makes me nervous. Navigate to failure. Does that look okay?
Well, if the current user is not logged in, do they have an email? Like
you would want that to be the input.
Right, but we're in the backend workflows, so I think you'd have to send it in as a parameter. Unless, I mean, you can move this to the front end because send magic login link is secure. So there's no reason to send it. Like sometimes if you're doing fancy things with logins and stuff, you would send it to the back end because of privacy rules. But if you're sending them a magic link using Bubble's magic link functionality, you can send that straight from the front end and skip the hassle.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you think is best there. Tanya, I trust you.
Yeah, I would just say this. Yeah, I would just do it on the front end, so you don't have to worry about it.
You just copy
And
step 6.
I would definitely use I would definitely use Bubble's functionality for it.
So was that Cameron?
Yeah, I would just copy that that step there.
Okay. So copy this step.
So you just right click on the step, and then it'll give you the option to copy it. Yep.
Okay.
And so then go to that the front end there.
Where front end of this workflow, or
exactly, yeah, where the person or the user clicks the login button.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry. Go to the page where the user is clicking the button. So probably the login page, right? Or start page.
Yeah, start
that would
page.
Make sense.
Yep. And then it's button send your login link is clicked. So this is when
so we would do it in between step 2 and step 3, and we can get rid of step 3 in truth because we're no longer sending information there.
Okay. So magic login. Low team. Okay.
And so then the email that we're sending to, it should be one of the input fields, right? So a user does enter their email. So now we'll just want to change that dynamic text where it says email to that input.
Yep. This one right here.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
So it would just say email.
Whatever I think, input email login.
Yep.
And then its value.
Okay.
Perfect. And now we should be good to go if you want to test it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drum roll. Da-da-dum.
I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
Just a ton of time.
And you'll also want to click run. Since we do have that breakpoint.
I'm just going to stop share just for a second.
Yep.
Keep you guys in suspense. I got the email.
We want to see your emails.
Yeah. Oh, what's nice too is it stopped sending to my promotions and sent to my inbox of my Gmail. That's already improvement.
That's progress. Yeah, we like that.
Thing.
Yeah. All right. Sharing my screen. Oh, did I do the wrong desktop? You seeing desktop too?
I am seeing Typeform.
Oh, wrong screen. Sorry.
No worries.
Desktop 2. And drum roll. It works.
Amazing.
Golly,
we did it.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like this saved me like just so much sleep because I've got so much on my plate. I'm so overwhelmed right now. And you guys just saved me a ton of time and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know where to find us. We're here every day.
Yep, absolutely. And trust me, I've recommended you to a few of my friends, folks, and who are in Bubble, and I'll continue to do that because you guys are so friendly and you're so helpful. And I won't ever forget that. Definitely, we'll give you guys a plug in my next newsletter if that's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super awesome. Thanks.
Yep. No, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I don't want to take up any more time. Thank you so much for everything, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure thing. Rock on, man.
Awesome. You guys rock. I'll move over.
Well, let's see. I know Eric joined. He received the emails. Just checking out the session. Any chance though, Eric, you do have a question for us? Or are you just sort of just enjoying the show? Not for now. Awesome. No worries. Eli, you're here. I know you have a question for us. What can we help you with?
I need help with my subscriptions.
You come to the place.
Oh man. No, I was just working on our subscription flow and hey, well, I was gonna join an hour ago. I messaged Tanya, I'm like, are y'all doing like office hours tonight? She's like, yeah, in an hour. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, it said on my calendar 10:30, but yeah. So trying to restructure the subscription database and set up some new backend workflows to catch some of the webhooks from Stripe. So.
That's pretty cool. Sounds very I don't know if hectic is the right word, but I feel like it's appropriate too, though, right?
It is appropriate. It is.
It's a lot.
I love webhooks, but I mean, there's just some difficulty with Bubble, right? Because you have to no API, it seems like, sets up their webhooks and it is like, here's the entire possible payload you might get from us. And
oh yeah,
with Bubble, right, it has to be initialized for you to be able to access that field. And so I don't know, but I love webhooks because it takes the effort away from us from having to like remember the last time someone paid a subscription or anything like that. We can just wait for them to hit us, but then you always have to make sure that your data structure is right so you can find the right subscriptions and everything too. So
yeah, sounds like multiple workflows with multiple different webhook, basically just detecting that data.
Yep. So
yeah, that was crazy. HelloSign threw me for a loop. It needed that response. Of course, thank you for pointing me in the right direction. But
yeah,
the language that it sounded like, it was like, like it'll tell us that it was received, and very interesting. Very interesting.
So HelloSign is interesting because I did when I was working with AirDev, I built a mortgage app. Well, not a mortgage, it was a personal loan app. And so, and part of the application, right, it was a fully automated application process. And then we had HelloSign as the contract. And so like some of that stuff was, I already spent the time on it because I had the same thing with their webhook trying to get it to accept it. And it did the same thing. It was like in test, it was fine. In production, it's just like, nope.
Yeah, the weirdest thing.
I'm like, I'm getting data. Like, like what are you saying? It's like, for some reason, I think developers just like trying to rickroll people or something, because like, why would you send the text back saying, hello, we got it, or what? I can't remember what it is, but it's some kind of a weird message that you have to send back.
Like it gets you the data. It says that it's sent successfully, but then it says error. Like I got like what was it? Error response, or it said success error 200 or something of the sort. Like it was super weird. Like it was like, okay, I get it. You both tell me I got it, and you're saying I didn't get it. What's the real answer?
And it thinks that you didn't get it, and so it'll keep sending it.
Yeah, it didn't stop either. It did not stop. It was crazy because it stopped
itself by now.
Yeah, it's calmed down, thankfully. But it said like, it'll retry at 1 hour, it'll try at 30 minutes, it'll try at 15, and then it'll like just say, yeah, this URL doesn't work anymore. Well, that never happened. It sent every 30 seconds for like 4 hours straight. And I was like, okay, well, something weird's happening. But we got it. We did get it, fortunately. So whew.
That's the fun thing with computers is like it doesn't matter. I don't think I'll ever quite comprehend or understand how fast it is and how consistent it is. Just like that, it'll just be like, we're just going to do it every 30 seconds and nothing will deter us. And I did that with emails, I don't know what, a month ago. I like accidentally sent 10,000 emails to myself. And I could do nothing about it. They were coming in every second or two. Like I like messaged my boss. I'm like, I need access to SendGrid like now. And but we couldn't
delete
stop
the email
it.
address.
Like there was no way to stop it. Like the only way we eventually stopped it was to disable the API key.
Oh, wow.
Um,
And it's not as bad as it could have been, because I'm thinking like one of the only solutions at that point is like, all right, we're starting from scratch, delete the email.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was just like from like 4:30 in the afternoon until like 10. But good times.
Good
back,
times.
Tanya. Tanya's not talking to me.
What's going on? No, I had to give the cat a shot. Bye, Michael.
You have a great one, Michael.
Bye, y'all.
So
Thank
glad we
you
got to
so
help
much.
you.
Have a great night. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, rock on, man.
Great meeting you guys. See ya. Bye.
See ya. And then
Shall we move in?
Well, oh yeah. No, sorry, not to cut you off, but Suchitha, she was here.
Yeah, I asked her if she had any questions, and she didn't answer me. So I don't know if she got the message, because I sent it to her in a direct message in the chat. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I have a question.
What is
Eli, Cameron. So first of all, I think we should move Pro NoCoders emails from the app to Postmark instead of SendGrid. So
Agreed, 100%.
And then my second question is for like emails that are system generated, like the magic link emails coming from Bubble. Can those go through Postmark, or those have to go through SendGrid? And then how do you get those to like send right?
So hold on, let me set that up. I think you can create just you can on the password reset.
Magic link and
send magic link. Yeah, you can create just the link on the magic link. So like you would set up your expiration and
Gotcha. Okay.
navigates and stuff, and then just send that link in the email that you're sending through Postmark.
Thank you. That helped. I am scoping out the app for months 2 and 3 together, because we can't possibly finish it in 1 month in no code school. So
cool. Very, very cool.
We're doing a 2-sided marketplace. Pablo was totally right. Pablo told me on Thursday, for anyone watching, I gave them options to do 3 different kinds of apps. And Pablo said, of course, it's going to be the 2-sided marketplace. There's no way they're going to choose a social media app or a project management app. He was totally right. He knows his market.
Marketplaces are the thing.
Yeah, they are. So we did a Mad Lib scoping today. I just asked them the whole class a bunch of questions to narrow down how I should scope the app, and I just had them all voting between two choices mostly across the board. But it was fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Scoping things out randomly.
Random scope. Well, it worked for the first month. We'll do it for the second, see if it works again. Was it luck?
Luck schmuck.
Eli, I have a question actually.
Go for it, Cameron.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Eli, you said that you were able to take that magic login link and then do what you want with it. How would you actually achieve that? Because I'm just sort of mucking around here on the back, and I've created just a really simple workflow where step 1 is send magic login link, and I would expect there to be store result of step 1 or something of the sort.
Yeah.
Not
sure.
That.
Do you have it on your screen?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can change that real quick. Let me. Okay, you can see it.
Yep.
All right, cool. So when the user is logged out, right? Whatever.
Yep.
Just a sample, but cool. So we're sending a magic login link, and then I figured if just to store something, whether or not we actually would or otherwise.
Okay. So I can tell you that link is not going to be stored on the front end.
No.
So if you go back to step 1, all the way at the bottom is a check mark. Just create link, don't send email.
Oh, gotcha.
And so that should give you access to result of that step. However,
gotcha. Okay.
I am going to guess that it's the same as the password link, the reset password link, where you can actually access result of step 1, but it's generated on the server. So you're not going to be able to store that or display it anywhere on the front end.
Okay.
So I ran into that working on when I was working on Canvas. We were trying to set up a functionality where you could just an app admin could just email a password link, and we ended up like you can do it. You just have to send it to the back end and basically convert it to text and bring it back out. But just getting the result of step 1 there will be empty until Bubble actually.
Huh. So that's actually really interesting. That's good, security wise.
Yep.
Neato. Okay, that makes more sense then.
So now, having said that was on the password reset. I haven't tested that on the Magic Link. I'm assuming that, so it's probably worth a check.
So you're saying you create like a backend workflow to have this information created, and then send an email via that, or what would you do?
So I think what we ended up doing was creating a plugin action, a server-side plugin action that we sent it to.
Okay.
And so we would the data we sent was the result of step 1, right? And then in that action, we just sent it back to that step as a text.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you could try it right there. You could try setting a state and just see what happens on the front end.
Set a state on the page.
Just set a state on the page and throw some text on there.
All right. We'll do this. Well, actually, here, I won't do it on the splash page. I'll do,
While you're setting that up, I just want to say before we go, tomorrow evening, Cameron, I don't know, I assume that Sander messaged you, but
yes,
Sander has that question about printing with that special printer or something and generating.
Yeah.
And Eli, you said that we could take care of it in office hours. So if you have any ideas on how we can take care of it in office hours, I was not able to give him any help on it.
Say what?
I know, right? There are things that I don't know.
What are we taking care of here?
I have a forum link that I can send you, but essentially he's trying to generate like JavaScript for printing or something.
Yeah, he had messaged me and he had said something to the effect of, the state's blank. He had said something to the effect of that there's different JavaScript. I guess nothing more than just there is JavaScript and he's not sure which JavaScript to use. So I'm wondering if that's like him calling to the CDN or if he actually needs us to run scripts on the page or something of the sort.
What's he trying to do?
I think it's a hardware printer. So we pass in, we send data to it.
He's trying to print actually to hardware. Okay.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to deal with the pop-up or whatever. He just wants it directly to just start printing. Well, of course, the user has to install the client for that, but whatever,
right.
They have to install something for that. But once he has the printer part working, it's definitely connected to his computer. He just can't get it to print anything of value.
So he can't get it to print what he wants.
Right, like he's trying to format the stuff from his app to be printed on a click.
And what's the format he has to send? HTML?
I think it said JavaScript when I was looking at it the other day.
What is? Do you remember what the system's
Yeah, let me
called?
grab it. Yeah, let me grab the link from. Here we go. Link coming to you in the chat. That is one ugly link. Thanks, Facebook.
The Facebook link to a bubble link.
Yeah, wait
Yeah,
a second. All
I
right.
mean, it worked.
I thought I got computers. I thought I understood the internet. Okay.
Oh, Brian should be able to help him if anyone can. Brian Henderson, he has a whole platform based around printing. Ajax is not a function.
If you've ever done seen the jQuery, that could throw it for a loop.
I mean, possibly, but it shouldn't mess it up.
I've ran into that on WordPress before, but I don't think I've ran into that on Bubble. It's a lengthy thread. I see.
Yeah, you know what I do here, right, Tanya? Hey, Cameron, just let me know if you have any issues with it.
Good luck, Cameron.
Yeah, I'm gonna ping you later. We'll see about that.
JS Print Manager. There it is.
We can only do that because Cameron's awesome.
Cameron's all right.
Yeah, that guy, he's all right.
He's amazing.
So like my grandpa, that Cameron, he's all right.
He's a nice young boy.
I love that. Yeah, they're about to visit for my birthday. They're coming down in just a handful of days. I haven't seen them in years, so it's gonna be pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Has it been years because of COVID or something else?
Yeah, mainly because of COVID. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I saw him was 2017, I think, if memory serves correctly.
Then you can't blame it all on COVID.
You're right. I can blame it on them not wanting to see us sooner. That's the real reason. So yeah, it just looks like the guy's using Toolbox, and the issue is that they're using an HTML element instead of the Toolbox. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but from what I'm reading here, I think that's what I took away from this.
There are things you don't know too? What?
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah. It's got to, yeah.
Oh,
it's
there are things.
But it looks like you can print with PDF too. So you can print just about anything. Let me know, Cameron.
I'll let you know. We'll deep dive into this with our our friend tomorrow night and see what's going on. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. I know that this question was asked several months ago, I think by the same user. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it would be a real blast actually to learn and solve. That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of ambiguous part for me is the communicating with hardware. I would like to sometime go through and just figure out the Stripe point of sale setup too. It's
That would be good.
we get kind of tunnel visioned into online, and it's like most businesses out here are some form of brick and mortar. Like they're online, but yeah, there's lots and lots of brick and mortar out here that need that communication with printers and receipt printers and point of sale systems and everything. So that's would probably be a good direction to expand education.
Yep. And it makes sense that Xander would be working on that kind of stuff. He got into Bubble because of COVID. He was in the food industry, and with COVID in Belgium, they just they shut down all of their restaurants. And so that's how he ended up with the time to learn Bubble.
We like that. I mean,
well, yeah.
I mean, we don't really like that, but good for him, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'm sure the restaurants aren't still shut down, so he's still choosing to do Bubble.
That's awesome. That is very
glad.
neat.
That's the great thing with Bubble is it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I love Bubble. I love Bubble and I love Webflow, and I really, really want them to be combined. Really want them to be one of the same. I just love Webflow for the animation.
Have you checked out Builder HQ?
No, I have not. I've checked out WebMe, something like that. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I've seen that. I haven't looked at it.
I played with it for about 15 to 20-ish minutes. I'm going to be honest. You probably need to spend a little bit more time with it. But it just didn't seem as comprehensive as Bubble. Like it didn't seem like you could do everything with it. You got some of the cool like website builders, but yeah.
The only platform aside from Bubble at this point that I know of that's like as comprehensive is Builder. It is a low code platform, but
oh cool, okay.
It gives you the, and I haven't worked with it enough because I'm always working in Bubble, like but you have all the standard web development coding, like you have all your CSS classes and divs and
so what's
all
this
that
called?
when you're building out your page.
What's it
Builder?
called?
BILDR.
No, BI. Yeah.
BILDR.
Oh God. Please don't look.
I know it's
I'm
okay.
watching. I see everything you're doing.
Okay, so let's see what they got here. Oh, this does look pretty cool. Okay, yeah.
So, but then where Webflow, like you have the great animations and the ability to use custom CSS and all that, they have a full JavaScript point and click functionality.
Wow, yeah, cool. Look, I just saw something API related, so it seems like it's really big. Cool.
They have an integration with Xano. Yeah, it's a fantastic platform for what I can see. I just haven't had time to actually.
Yeah, very neat. Cool. Yeah, this design, just the way that it's situated with, being able to nest things and drag and drop, that you have your properties, that is, I mean, we're getting close with Bubble in terms of, I guess, like free floating windows and, you have your element tree and so on. But that's what makes Webflow so enjoyable. It's really intuitive to use, I feel like. And Bubble, there's still a learning curve where you go into it and you're like, oh God, what is this? But once you get it, It's just a matter of getting it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But still really cool though. This is neat. I'll have to explore this as well. What's the pricing? Do they make it affordable? Oh, wow.
It's very affordable.
Oh, it's very affordable.
Yep.
Oh, wee. Well, there we go. Okay.
And if you go up,
All right, that's your homework.
That's the homework.
Cameron,
Gotcha.
go become a builder expert, and we'll add it.
if you look at the bottom of the pro plan,
oh yeah,
you can see export your HTML and CSS as well. So
that's big.
Now I don't know about underlying JavaScript.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If what that looks like. Do they include front end JavaScript or, But pretty cool though. I do see it as in beta pricing. I think these prices are a little too good to be true, but I would be comfortable with paying $30 a month to be able to do 2 projects on something that looks like this. So
yeah.
But cool. Yeah, that's wicked. I really like it. Cool. That's the homework, Tanya. I got you. Yeah, I'll even bookmark it. Look at that. I bookmarked it. Amazing.
All right, gentlemen. Very good to see you both.
Yes, likewise, Tanya and Eli.
Yeah.
Such a treat.
Same to you.
You wanna wrap up office hours, Cameron?
We can do that. We're going to go ahead and move into after office hours now. So if you are watching at home and you want to join, but don't want to show your project on camera, this is where we turn the camera off. So if you have sensitive projects or anything of the sort, we got you covered in after office hours. You can join us if you're on the developer membership of Pro NoCoders. Until next time, thanks for tuning in and have a good night. And then Tanya, I'm pretty sure you're in charge of recording.